My name is Tom. I grew up in a small village with my mother. We were very poor. My father died when I was only 6 years old. Every morning, my mother worked hard in the fields, and I helped her after school. One day, I saw a big school in the city. The students looked happy. They carried books and smiled with confidence. I wanted to study there, but we had no money. That night, I asked my mother, "Can I study in that school one day?" She smiled and said, "Tom, money is important, but hard work is more powerful. If you never give up, your dream can come true." Her words stayed in my heart. From that day, I studied every night under a small oil lamp. Sometimes I felt tired, but I never stopped. I believed that one day my life would change.
Every morning, Tom woke up before sunrise. He helped his mother carry water and worked in the field. After school, he collected old books that people had thrown away. Some books had torn pages, but Tom read every word carefully. One afternoon, his teacher noticed Tom reading an old book under a tree. "Tom," the teacher asked, "where did you get this book?" Tom smiled and replied, "I found it near the market. I want to learn as much as I can." The teacher was surprised by Tom's determination. The next day, he gave Tom a small bag full of used books. "These books are yours," the teacher said. "Promise me that you will never stop learning." Tom's eyes filled with tears. "I promise," he said. That night, Tom hugged the books tightly. For the first time, he felt that someone believed in his dream.
A few weeks later, the school announced a scholarship exam. The winner would study in the city for free. Tom's teacher looked at him and said, "You should join the exam." Tom became nervous. "But sir," he said softly, "the other students are smarter than me." The teacher smiled. "Success does not belong to the smartest person. It belongs to the one who never gives up." From that day, Tom studied harder than ever. He woke up before sunrise and read until late at night. He practiced English every day. Whenever he made a mistake, he learned from it instead of giving up. Finally, the day of the exam arrived. Tom walked into the classroom with a beating heart. He took a deep breath and remembered his mother's words. "Hard work is more powerful than money." He picked up his pencil, smiled, and began writing. Outside the classroom, dark clouds covered the sky. Inside, Tom was fighting for his dream. When the exam ended, he didn't know whether he had won or lost, but one thing was certain: he had given his very best.
The days after the exam felt very long. Every morning, Tom looked at the school gate, hoping to hear the results. He tried to stay calm, but deep inside, he was worried. His mother noticed his silence. She gently placed her hand on his shoulder and said, "No matter what happens, I am already proud of you." Tom smiled, but his heart was still beating fast. Finally, the results day arrived. All the students gathered in front of the school office. The principal walked outside with a paper in his hand. Everyone became silent. The winner of this year's scholarship is... Tom closed his eyes for a moment. Tom Williams. For a second, he could not believe it. The students clapped loudly. His teacher smiled with pride. Tom looked at his mother. Tears filled her eyes, but this time they were tears of happiness. "You did it," she whispered. Tom hugged his mother tightly. At that moment, he realized something important. Dreams really can come true if you never stop believing and never stop working hard.
A few months later, Tom moved to the city to attend his new school. Everything was different. The classrooms were bigger, the books were newer, and the lessons were harder. At first, Tom felt afraid. Many students spoke better English than he did. One evening, Tom thought about giving up. Then he remembered his mother's words. Hard work is more powerful than money. The next morning, he made a promise to himself. I will never stop learning. Day by day, Tom studied with patience. He asked questions, practiced every lesson, and never gave up after making mistakes. Years passed. Tom graduated as one of the best students in the school. Later, he became a successful teacher. he returned to his old village and built a small library for children who could not afford books. On the opening day, many children came to read. Tom smiled and said, "Your dreams are not too big. Your effort only needs to be bigger." The children listened carefully, just as Tom had once listened to his mother. From that day, many young boys and girls started believing in themselves. Moral of the story: never give up. Hard work, patience, and belief in yourself can change your life. Every great success begins with one small step. The end.